Hi everyone, this is Daisy, aka Professional High Priestess, and I'm here to drop a channeling for divine feminine, divine masculine, and those who consider themselves to be in either or of those vibrations and seeking current guidance in their current situation. I want to say I'm going through some energetic changes, so my voice is being impacted, my throat chakra. So I'm working on it right now. So just bear with me through this channeling because my voice is kind of some type of way. The energy's been hecka deep. Let's do a breathing. Okay? I'm sure we all needed that right now. So divine feminine, let's start with us. And y'all see I always start my video off with us. And I've also noticed too that the DM videos always get more views than the DM videos. That's a problem for me. Because I always have to know what's going on with me to know what's going on with my DM. Like I watch more DM videos than I ever do the DM. You see what I'm saying? So there's that, and I want to change that because it's not about them and the karmic and what they're doing. It's about us and still our divine journey and the things that we're supposed to be doing to manifest, union within self first, so we can have union without first, whether it's with their twin or a soulmate, right? That's another thing that's a big thing for divine feminists right now. Like I can go be with the soulmate. Like there's many of them out there, and I know some people are like, well, you can wait for your twin, no change. Da, 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 da. It's never gonna be a love like that. That's okay. I can have that with the soulmate too, and then not have all the other karmic fuckery going on either. Because I want peace at the end of the day in my life. Period. So, Divine Feminine is tired of playing games. And now the table has turned because, like I said, in the Pisces retrograde channeling, that it's going to be a lot of tables turning type of energy. And now the feminine's realizing that she was the bag the whole time. And then I'm wearing this shirt today. It says, protect black and brown women's mental health. And I feel like right now, it's just like that's the energy that we're in. Like, I need to protect my mental health, my finances, my stability, everything before I deal with this individual here, period. And the masculine knows what it is, and they know that the feminine can be on their own. Like, that's another problem, too, that's been coming up. These deep-seated, rooted issues around misogyny and what women should be and what femininity really is, and the dichotomy of femininity and how it manifests, because a lot of these masculines, they manifest and attract karmics that portray a specific distorted feminine archetype, and when they see a feminine as whole, it jogs their brain because it's so out of the categorization and the definitions that they believe to be true, because remember, it's some type of illusion. You see what I'm saying? So when the feminine comes and shatters their illusion with their vibration, right, and breaking all molds and definitions, it becomes a problem, which is why that's what drives one of the runner dynamics, right? But now the feminine is a runner now, because it's like, I can't deal with someone who's stuck in such a low state that they can't even open their minds to, accept different vibrations and their manifestations, right? Or to even recognize the difference between a high vibration or low vibration. That's been a thing too, that the feminine's like, I'm not going to sit here and try to force you to see who's in a higher vibration between me and the karmic. That's never even an option, because automatically you've dealt with that karmic and you already know. So when you deal with the feminine, that's divine, the difference in energy, you already know off bat. So any type of continued further engagement with the karmic after you've been exposed to real is you just expressing your own phoniness that was already present, you see? And that's what the feminine is coming to the realization of right now. We are the bag. We are no longer being taken for granted. We're no longer playing games. It's done. It's over. And the masculine knows that. They've been knowing that, because even throughout the whole time that the runner chaser thing was going on their end, they were still even like getting caught up in their own tracks and their own trails, like booby traps on their path, right? As they were continuing to run, because the divine was like, stop, 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 stop. And remember, deep-seated control issues related to fear and insecurity and lack of healing and childhood wounds and trauma block the ability to understand that and process that information and use alchemy to turn it into something that can actually be a help for growth rather than a hindrance for living everyday life. So they see that now. there's no lying about the difference between the divine feminine, and the karmic feminines or masculines that are involved in situations. So now that the feminine is on, now that I'm on, I can pick and choose. I only fuck with people who got shit to lose. No longer engaging with, low vibrational energies or entities, regardless of the title, regardless of the connection. I can go without the connection and form one with someone else, right? You see what I'm saying? Like, and not deal with my twin. It don't have to be. And also recognizing too, like when soul contracts change and when the divine too, is saying like, I'm changing up the contract here, like pay attention to the new details, okay? So that you sign knowing everything that you're going to be getting into next. That's also a possibility, and we have to be okay with that, accept that. I've accepted that, and some people are like, okay, what if the twin comes back and the divine says start the contract over again? Okay, well, we'll see when we get there. And until then, I'm focusing on me and my life and disconnecting my energy completely, like literally visualizing my energy field dissipating and disintegrating within that whatever triangle is going on there, or octagon, or however many people's involved, or friends, families, karmics, bosses, families, jobs, habits, addictions, all of that stuff. That is all karmic. So that's where we're at. Not, like I said, the divine feminine is the bag now, right? Now the masculine is in regret because they realize the infinite loss, not finite, infinite, that has happened here with the divine feminine now taking power back and always having power, but also fully letting it be known like what it is completely. Having to really like get a bit like strong arm with the masculine, like I will beat your ass if I have to type of thing. You see? Physically, mentally, spiritually. If I gotta go hard on a bitch, I'm gonna make it look sexy type of energy, right? Knowing that and also recognizing how they played themselves in this whole situation, right? By trying to mistake Seven of Swords energy for divinity and getting caught up, right? Hanged man, hanging by one foot now, right? Having to deal with that and experiencing loss because of that, financially, health-wise, picking up karmic debt spiritually now. Judgment energy and Six of Swords energy is what I'm seeing. Six of Swords reverse is going to be heavy as we move into the months ahead. Because they've made wrong choices. They made choices out of illusions and confusion. And then when spell work is involved, sex addiction is involved, previous addiction is involved, emotional dysregulation is involved, trauma is involved, right? Conditioning is involved, astrological makeup is involved, impact of the planets as they currently sit within the framework of the now, meaning as time is turning, what's going on, right? And then the influence, right, of what's happening now and what is to come. So there's so many different factors that it's like, you know what, let me just keep it pushing, right? Or this masculine is now in the throes of it. Caught up in the rapture of karma. Nothing else can compare. When I'm sitting there crying over karmics that made me look like a fool. Okay, that's all I got. So that's the energy, and that's what it is. So the embarrassment now. Embarrassment being a constant emotion and a constant reoccurring theme for the masculine, and also dealing with the karmic, and however, if you're dealing with the feminine, dealing with the karmic as well. Embarrassment being a constant emotion connected to loss and the wrong choices and the mind games that they played with themselves. Because you see, that's the thing about narcissism. It's a double-edged sword, because as you brew that narcissistic brew for someone else to drink, to be a part of your illusion and be subject to you, you also have to drink it as well. Oh, yes. You guys remember that in the movie Harry Potter, if you read the book in the 7th chapter, when he had to go collect all the Horcruxes, this is when before Dumbledore died, and they had to go into this the underworld, and there was all the different dead bodies and corpses, and when you had to drink out of this cup, and as you drank the cup, you would be able to put your hand deeper and deeper to take the necklace that was in there. But you can't pour the liquid out, you had to drink it. But the liquid was poisonous, you see? So for you to get what you want and obtain through something that is protected, you see what I'm saying? In many ways, you will also have to engage in a process where, you have to pick, are you going to engage with poison at the same time? Because as you engage and indulge, also know that you're giving something up to have that pleasure, if you guys understand what I'm saying, the analogy for that. So that's the energy that's happening for a lot of people. Deep, deep, deep regret. 5 of Cups with the Tower and the Death card reverse is what I'm seeing. Also, the dichotomy of left versus left, because for a lot of the feminines, for a lot of us, we were able to provide like a form of love that the masculine will never find anywhere else without even having to touch them. You see, the karmic can't do that. They have to hit all type of tricks and suck dick and do all these other crazy things to get that type of energy, and we did it just with our mind. Like, we're airbenders. You see what I'm saying? The karmic can't do that, and the masculine knows that, and them coming and taking your energy to give it to the karmic, all that is ending, and they regret all of it because karma is hitting. You see what I'm saying? Now they're realizing the childishness of the Knight of Pentacles reverse and the Knight of Cups reverse type of energy that they were playing with, and manifesting that of Wands reverse that they were manifesting, that of Swords. Just Knight energy, Knight and Page energy. Nowhere close to a king or an emperor, right? That they were exhibiting. And how it's having a ripple effect. The karma and the feelings and having to go through that, because when you're going through all those different type of emotions, it does breed a type of energy that makes it hard to deal with day-to-day life and different other faculties. It's having a ripple effect on other places in their life now. So because that's the case, they're constantly thinking of you now, because when they think about why they're feeling that way, they now have to think about how they got to that point. Then they have to think about everything they did to the feminine, and it's like that song by Mama Halia and LMI, What You Did, that type of thing. Like, thinking of all the different scenarios that led you there that could have been avoided, that were you had insight for and everything like that, but still chose to engage in anyways, right? Now then also too, thinking about the karmic and how the karmic and their whole Bonnie and Clyde type of relationship and engagement and, you know, this dynamic that they had going on also contributed to the harm and the chaos. Now starting to see. And also too, because a lot of spell work is breaking and being uncovered and secrets are coming out with the retrogrades and the different other planetary alignments that are very powerful, that haven't been here for 500 or some odd years. You see, that's the type of energy that we're working with. So it's like we're hyper quantum leaping in the journey, because it's like everything's coming up all at once. And the masculine thing with the karmic is not something that anyone, if let's say stuff is coming out, the masculine still dealing with the karmic, that's not anything for you to feel any type of way about, period. Because you already know that them continuing to deal with that is just them like operating in a very slow and low vibration, and they're only bringing more of that to themselves. It's like slow death. So why would you be mad about someone killing themselves? Like, that's what you're going to do? Obviously that you're depressed, you're suicidal. Continue to stay with the karmic after knowing everything that has gone on and all that stuff. But then also remember, the spells too have caused permanent debilitations for a lot of these different masculines, right? But they don't realize that because they don't know how deep it goes. They don't understand the different type of entities and beings that are now present, working on in their energy field every day. If they were to see the ways in which some of these entities and beings look, they wouldn't even be like here or engaged or involved. You see what I'm saying? That type of energy. Because a lot of these spells and entities that are being summoned to do some of these acts, even the people that are working within the root work and these magic and things like that, they don't even know what they're summoning. They just think it's herbs and things like that, and planetary days and stuff like that. But the more higher someone's energy is, the higher the entity you have to bring down to create havoc and harm. So then you get into deeper levels of karma too with these planetary bodies and trying to bring the entities that do the work from these planetary bodies onto planet Earth to impact these individuals, then using the astrology as well to manifest and amplify the power of the entities that you're trying to summon, you see? So all that being there as well, karma's getting exposed for their basically prioritizing the wrong thing, chasing two rabbits and not catching either one, just, you know, creating a lot of karma for themselves. Like, just the redundancy of their inability to learn lessons is just present at the forefront right now in their relationship. They are now realizing that they really like fuck themselves raw with no Vaseline with the behavior that they're facilitating and manifesting, because now they have the masculine, they've trapped them and gotten them into a position where now they themselves can't even leave, right? You see? Now really not even wanting to be involved, because now it's just negativity and resentment every single day with them. And fakeness and acting, even if they do have sex, don't worry about that. Like, what's there? You just make sure that you separate your energy, right, to a certain point where you're not impacted by the spiritual and physical and mental manifestations of being connected to somebody who's connected to a karmic that's using magic and spells on them, and also just having hella toxicity in their energy fields as well. Be careful with that. Yeah. What's more to say about the karmics? I don't really feel like about going too much about them. The cards are going to expose them. Let's get into it. So let's see messages for the Divine Feminine first. Let's start with the astrology oracle cards. Messages for the Divine Feminine. Messages for the Divine Feminine collective. Thank y'all for watching my videos too. I noticed I get heck of views on Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine videos. Sub to my page. And then a bunch of likes, but not as many on the monthlies. Watch the monthlies. That's why I make them short and quick, because you get straight to the point and you're going to see overarching themes. That's how I do my readings. And I don't want y'all too addicted to tarot too. I want you to wait for the different channels we put out throughout the month. I'm going to be starting a new series too for y'all about arts, entertainment, because Leo, you know, that's their thing. They like dissecting the occult and entertainment. Okay, messages for Divine Feminine Collective. And I've been busy too doing like my little public health job. Well, shit, not little, this shit big. I don't know what I got myself into, but we going. Now, the first card we have is the Sun. Soul. You could be a Leo or a fire sign, because fire is ruled by the sun, that element. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So we got the Sun here, but happiness. Sunshine. Sunshine for sure. Let's get a Goddess Oracle card for the Divine Feminines. Messages for the Divine Feminines. Like I said, we're in our solar plexus chakra and expanding in that. Some of y'all may have been recovering from spell work or shit like that. Confusion spells, binding, crazy stuff. Work on your solar plexus chakra. Eat grapefruit. Attune your solar plexus chakra. Attuning your frequency. In ancient Egypt, when you had a chronic illness, they would put you in a chamber with different crystal walls that would vibrate off of one another. And then the vibration would create a sound for the doctor on the other end, on the outside of the room. Different holes were in the wall with different sizes. They would listen to their harmonics, and then they will be able to dictate what organ system it was connected to that was causing the disability in the frequency. Okay? So there's that. All right. Goddess cards for Divine Feminine. I have some good news coming for y'all. Surprise. So just be on the lookout. We got Butterfly Maiden. Transformation. You are experiencing enormous change right now. Brings great blessings. Yes, definitely. With the Sun card here as well. Expanding your solar plexus chakra. Let me see. Let me get the Work Your Light Oracle. Then I'll clarify with the Tarot. Work Your Light Oracle, please. Messages for Divine Feminine. Trust your path. Yep. Whether or not, like I said, you are dealing with your DM or not, I feel like a lot of us are okay with it. We're not tripping. Messages for Divine Feminine, please. Crystal messages. Crystal messages for Divine Feminine. Fancy Jasper, self-worth. Yes. The Sun card here, solar plexus chakra, handles issues of self-worth, right? And initiative and taking action. And then when it's debilitated, it can act as procrastination, lack of energy, lack of vitality, lack of drive, lack of sense of self, right? Not being able to really feel bottom ground or feel grounded or connected. Messages for the Divine Feminine Collective right now. Then we have Victory here, yeah. And Door to Value, yep. Thank you. Door to Value 31, but 1 and 3 is 13 to me. That's M, Ma, the mother, in the Hebrew alphabet. And you know the Hebrew alphabet and the Tree of Life directly have correlation to tarot. Okay. Now, let me get an Isis Oracle deck for the Divine Feminines too. Maybe after I channel to see what else is going to come out. Okay. We have the 37, yeah. 37 breaking down to a 10. End of karmic completions and cycles with all of the elements out on the deck with the Lenormand here. And the clock with the house. Time, change, gears, gizmo moving. Like I said, looking at life and destiny as like a big time board with ancestry, the astrology currently happening and that will happen, your own natal chart, current actions right now is like cogs in the machine, all turning and moving to create the story right now. Then we also have Okay, so let's start to clarify with the tarot, okay? Should I get a romance angel oracle? Shit. Nah, they said nah, this ain't about romance right now. They quickly put something in my energy like, girl. Alright, clarify the soul sun card, please. Clarify the sun card for divine feminine. Clarify the sun card. Clarify the sun card for divine feminine. Clarify the sun card. What's the sun for divine feminine collective? With the Two of Cups here. Okay. What's the Two of Cups? With the moon. The moon wanted to come out at the very beginning. Not knowing everything that's going to happen, but trusting the process, trusting the path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Right? Trusting the path, trusting the process to get to that Two of Cups energy. Not knowing what's going to happen, but trusting that you're going to get there. Okay, it could be a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio with these two placements here. But that clarifying the sun, the moon clarifying the sun is very powerful, but still being in that sun solar energy of like exuberance and happiness and empowerment and setting boundaries and self-control and getting inspired for the next stage in action in life and not feeling depressed about it, right? Not being in lower vibrational energy either to keep up in a relationship either, right? And really, you know, getting exposed to our own harsh truths and our own hidden truths about why we stay engaged in certain things, some things from the subconscious coming up for us to look at and address right now. Fancy Jasper, self-worth. Here, saying I embrace my individuality and honor my worth. Door to value as well, right? Knowing how worthy we are and who we are. Knowing that we are butterfly maidens. So we are, you know, here on earth as fairies, respecting our blood and our ancestry and our missions here on earth, and our mind and our body and our spirit and our integrity and what we stand for and what we represent and the archetypes we manifest as we are on this journey, and allowing this relationship path that you're on to, you know, basically do that for you, using the catalyst and the whatever is going on with you and your twin in your situation, whatever, to put you on that path, right? Clarify Fancy Jasper, self-worth. We have the Ace of Swords here. No longer being confused, distracted by illusions, harsh truths coming out as well, mental clarity and sharpness. Very much so, yes. As you continue to develop that self-worth, because the self-worth is basically erasing all of the previous prior conditioning to keep you in a lower vibrational frequency and state that keeps you attached to karmic timelines, and cutting out those karmic timelines with that sword, right, of truth, and getting your crown, putting your crown on. The crown on that's going to block out other different lower vibrational frequencies and entities and spell work and manipulation and all of that that keeps you confused. Putting that crown on, keeping yourself cleansed. I'm hearing rosemary. I'm hearing put water with peppermint in a cup, drink that. Put water with rosemary in a cup, drink that. And eucalyptus too in either one. Mental clarity. And breathe. Then we got Butterfly Maiden Transformation. Butterfly Maiden Transformation with the World card. Yeah, Saturnian lessons, like I said on the Lenormand card. All the actors and the players, all the elements being here for the alchemical process to turn all the cogs in the machine being whole and complete. Empress energy. 3 and 7 breaking that to a 10. End of karmic completion. Cycles. Right? You are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings with the door to value here and the victory. A lot of divine feminines are going to be getting things that they've been asking for because they let go of toxicity, low vibrational energies, and they cleared their energy field. Yeah, definitely felt that. And because of that, because we're walking into the door to value, cash, right? And getting the things that we want, promotions, better health, you know, whatever we wanted and we wanted to manifest it now coming into fruition because we're at the end of that cycle and we're currently transforming death card type of energy. Talked about that earlier in the channel, man. End of a cycle. No more. Recognizing that we are the bag. We are the butterfly. What's the victory for Divine Feminine? Clarify victory. Clarify victory with the Six of Wands here. Yeah. And then also, too, this could be someone got exposed, public recognition. Someone could be getting an award, that type of thing. On the victory card. Yeah. Now, let's clarify. What's the door to value for the Divine Feminine? Very good reading. Very positive energy. The work is being done. Transformation. And not being resistant to it, too. Like, just, okay, let's do a visualization exercise. You are trying to, like, maybe make, like, powder for something, for, like, a cake. But the powder has to be really fine-grained, fine-tuned, right? And this cake is your transformation, your gift, your value, your victory. Now, the powder has to be really fine-grained. So when you're turning the machine, the speed at which you turn it at and the pressure at what you turn it at is what is going to make the grain either fine or like lumpy, right, for your cake. So if you turn it slow and you get through those knots and those bumps with the pressure, right, which is the stagnation, the pain, the resentment, the not wanting to look at the demons in the mirror or what part you played and whatever, it's going to stay lumpy and bumpy and you're not going to get that fine grain. The more you do the work, the more you get, the better outcomes, the change, the transformation, the gifts, the benefits, the help that you need, the willpower, the strength to move past blockages, addictions, barriers, codependency, karmic cycles, and timelines into a high vibrational frequency. Okay? Then your cake is going to be what it is. Now, let's clarify the door to value. With the Ten of Wands in the reverse here. Letting go of burdens and barriers. You could have Sagittarius or have Saturn in Sagittarius as well. Saturn in Aquarius as well. If you're born between the years of 1991, I think, and 1993, or 1991 to 5, your Saturn's in Aquarius, you better get ready. Now, the Ten of Wands here, you could have Saturn in Sagittarius, so you could be like 32, 33, 34, 35. Door to value here, letting go of burdens and then going through the door to value. Like I just said, letting go of burdens, doing the work to move past toxicity, trauma, pain, and stagnation as I'm feeling it coming through for a lot of y'all. A lot of stuck energy. So doing the emotional freedom technique, like of tapping to let those vibrations move through your lymphatic system and all your meridians. Alright, you can even tap in your head and your face. Somatics. So, there's that. Getting the stress pain out your body. I recommend spirit baths, steaming, cleansing. I'm also going to do a video about like sharing public spaces as a spiritual person, watching where you go to steam and get in water and that type of thing, okay? Because vibrations get into the space and the doors and the walls and the wood and things like that. That's why I got a portable sauna. It's only like $70 on Amazon, okay? You can afford that. If you smoke weed and you buy 2 8s a week, you can afford a portable sauna. And it'll help you detox and heal from sugar addiction, cannabis addiction, alcohol addiction, sex addiction, your connection with this person, the steaming. Then you put oils in the steam. Then you put herbs in the steam. Come on now, you on cloud 10. Real talk. That's why the ancestors and, indigenous people, they have sweat lodges. I used to go to ceremony like once a month and go to sweat lodges and steams and everything like that all the time. That's why I was able to keep a high vibration and it helped me heal as I navigated all throughout this karma and trauma and people coming after me and things like that. I was able to survive because of that. Now we have the Temperance card here, clarifying the 37 with the clock, the cogs in the machine. Temperance, I feel ancestor energy here, angel energy, angelic guidance type of energy. Speaking of angelic guidance, please go watch her page. She posted like the different types of spell works. You guys can like go watch that and fight against that. And she also has remedies too. So there you go. You got a one-stop shop. I also have on my website. You can go bulk herbs, crystals, very high-powered spiritual tools with Astral Quest, the Understanding, Secret Energy. He's very powerful as well. Savan Bomar. Look them up. And these are all black and brown people. Come on now. We're leading the spiritual movement. We here. That's why I said in the melanin channeling that is going to be the black and brown people that are going to lead the spiritual revolution. So those of you who are dealing with that other stuff on the other end. I'm not saying that if you're not a person of color, you can't be a spiritual leader, but our melanin is amplifying this shit and we're going far, okay? So anyways, ancestor energy, as I just talked about, is coming out through here. But you have angels around you. And I was just thinking about this the other day. What my grandparents or what my parents could do for me, my grandparents could do. And I feel like grandparent love is just as good, if not even better than parent love, because they also raised your parent. They didn't have to give birth to you to love you like that. So I feel my grandmothers, my grandfathers, they weren't able to shield me from the karma, the trauma, and I wasn't able to gain their wisdom or their love when they were here. But they're doing that for me in the spiritual world, and it's amazing. It's really, truly amazing. It really is. To get that from them. And shit, my ancestors don't fucking play. They're really with the shit. Don't mess with those boys because they over crazy. T Grizzly. They ain't said trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Yes. Anything. Out of here. Gone. Zoom with that 6 of wands. That's offset. Clarify, trust your path. Trust your path is clarified with the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles in the upright right. Come on. Talk to me. 5 of Cups reversed. Healing from loss. Healing from repetitive fuckery, repetitive unethical behavior, repetitive madness and nonsense. Right? High Priestess, listening to your intuition. Yeah. Trusting your path that you are going to be fine on that single road, that single journey to get to where you need to get to. Divine Feminine. And that's what I got for you. Okay, so let me go ahead and get the Isis Oracle card now. The first card that's on the top of the deck is this. I feel like it was very powerful because the Sun card came out too. Don't mess with those because they look crazy. I bet you won't make it to Mars. Alright, messages for the Divine Feminines, please. Life restored. Spiritual resurrection is gifted to you now. Whatever part of you or your life you thought to be dead is being revived and will flourish back into life. Just as the phoenix rises from the fire, transitioning from death into life, so too you will rise again, healed and renewed. Gang, gang. Yes. Yes, but not even that, but it's just like, yes, absolutely. We will be restored. Absolutely, you will find your soul tribe. Absolutely, you will be financially restored. Your health will be restored. Your faith and love will be restored. Your relationships will be restored. For a lot of us, we're recognizing how our divine masculine was teaching us everything that was wrong with us in all of our past lives and the relationships we chose so that we can pick a different path in this lifetime and create a whole new spiraling galaxy from the shared one star that you have with your twin, right? I can go now, I can separate off and create a whole new, formation and star system with someone else and have that story and that spiral going. I don't have to be attached to the DM or whatnot. Scarab beetle, symbolizing protection and change, transformation. Because the scarab beetle, the dung beetle, goes inside of shit literally to incubate and hatch its eggs in its family or whatnot. So there's that. That crucible, that alchemy that I'm always talking about, y'all. Alright, church? Alrighty. Now let's get into the divine masculines. With their fuckery and their energy with the karmic. Dear bright and well-loving ancestors, what messages do you have for the divine masculines? Dealing with the karmics and themselves. Oof. Energy is thick. Peaches and cream. I'm really here to give you what you need. How that shit backfires. So it's no longer peaches and cream. Now, it's moldy peaches. And rotted cream now, this is shit done spoiled. Because they wrote it till the wheels fell off. That's what I'm hearing. Messages for divine masculine and the karmic. We have Taurus energy. Your masculine could be a Taurus. I also feel Uranus and Taurus energy here too. Then we have Cancer energy reverse here. Mother energy, water energy, feminine energy. So now they're reflecting on, like I said earlier, like the types of women and archetypes of femininity that they like to engage in. Taurus is also hierophant energy, the choices that they're choosing to make and the women that they engage with and deal with as well. Give me a Work Your Light Oracle card for the divine masculine. Work Your Light Oracle card for the divine masculine. Messages for the divine masculine and the karmic. Work Your Light Oracle, please. Okay, we have Lemuria, creating heaven on earth. It's happening. Someone could be giving birth. But I remember Lemuria was destroyed by the Martians that came from Mars, and they brought imbalanced energy here and geometries that created imbalances and ripped portals open in Lemuria that allowed it for the chakra systems of the earth to be harmed and imploded on. And that's what sunk Lemuria and Atlantis. So, shit. I feel like that's what that's talking about. With the, well, child. Then you have the King of Swords on the 30 card with the flowers in the message, right, in reverse. Okay? So it's going down over there, like I was saying earlier. Now the masculine is starting to see how the karmic is connected to different bloodlines and entities and energies that have continuously caused harm for all the different males that they've, had in their life. For celebrity masculines, they're starting to see how, their karmic, they come from some type of energy that, is connected to fuckery. They did the same shit in their past life, and now it's all coming up. That's the challenge that I'm getting. Taurus, Hierophant energy, Earth energy. Uranus is in Taurus right now too, right? So with Uranus being in Taurus, Earth energy, Uranus, the planet of quick moving changes. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, right? Not only do the masculines have fire in their Uranus in that ass, right, for what they're doing, but they also are now seeing how their engagement with this energy that has destroyed empires in past lives, is now at their front door, and what they're going to do about that. So, calm, peace, and serenity is what I preach, but it came in the reverse as well. It's a symbol of sexuality and passion, but it also can symbolize motherhood. These karmics, maybe these masculines are realizing that they're not the father, that these karmics are not good mothers, that they bred with low vibrational stock. That's what I'm hearing. Lemuria, they created failed empires and bad generations by mixing with tainted bloodlines, Taurus energy. Also with Uranus going into Taurus, that's why we've been having all these earthquakes and things like that. Lorena OG put a channeling about this. Go watch that, right? Because Uranus, swift moving changes, unexpected incidents happening in Taurus, fixed to Earth. Yes, that's why the Earth is going all types of ways right now. But that also making the masculine question their belief system, what they believe in, their spirituality, and also their DNA and their blood. So, because if you deal with someone who has bad blood and you mate with someone who has bad blood, what does that do to your blood? Right? So that's what's happening right now too. Let me get an Energy Oracle card. Energy Oracle for the Divine Masculine dealing with karmics. Attachment, yeah. Codependency, issues. The 5 here, change, tower moments is what I'm feeling. Explosions every day. Messages for the Divine Masculines dealing with karmics. Taurus is also too, the last time we had this Saturn-Pluto conjunction, right? It was a lot of Taurus energy, and it was, we had the Protestant Reformation. Well, Martin Luther shutting shit down. They got Bibles printed. The poor people started realizing the church was swindling them, right? Historical shit coming up and out. This masculine, they're getting DNA upgrades, but is it too late? Because I would hate to be in that situation. Labordite magic, yep, spell work involved. And here, it's being exposed. It's out. How does the masculine feel about the karmic right now? Please give us a message. How does the Divine Masculine feel about the karmic? How does the Divine Masculine feel about the karmic, please? Retreat. I want to pull two. I feel like this people might be getting divorced, or maybe even getting into a deeper level of commitment and entrenchment with the karmic, and that's okay, because like I said, for a lot of people, I feel it in their solar plexus chakra, like, why wasn't it me? Like the heartbreak, the pain, the anguish, why wasn't picked? Rejections, protection. That's their karmic path. That's maybe what they have to deal with, and maybe they dealt with too long and they picked up a curse, right? You see? Or an entity that is now on their blood and bringing down nanobots and hyperdimensional entities to come into their bloodline and their field. You see what I'm saying? So do you want that in your womb space and in your life? No. Taurus also ruling the body, chronic illness, because Taurus, when they get involved in too much low vibrational material world energy, it creates ruptures and problems in their health and their systems. A lot of these masculines are going to be getting sick now because the karmic's magic, and then her negative chihuahua psychotic type of energy that all up in the masculine's energy field, like tagging all their organ systems and their chakra energy system, wrapping it around, binding spells and using word and magic and energy too and behavior to do another type of binding spell. They're going to be getting sick now. Okay? Did I pull all cards? Let me see. What messages do you have for the Divine Masculine dealing with karmics? Some of y'all need to get your energy out. Like I said, visualize your energy out of that whole thing, situation with the karmic and the masculine. Let them go become incubus and succubus together. Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, two individuals with the same mind, both split consciousness. Because again, when you deal with low vibrational, bipolar type of energy, polarizing energy, you also become polarized. You also become bipolar. You also become unbalanced. That's the thing. The masculine realizing there's magic on both sides, both the karmic and the divine feminine. But they realize that the karmic themselves is their whole compilation of black magic and darkness. Time for a nap here, yeah. Round and round, cycles. You got me going in circles. Oh, you got me going in circles. Da, da, da. Okay, clarify Taurus, please. Clarify Taurus. Four Swords. Needing to heal, mental rest and recovery, laying things to rest. Final resting place. For the masculines dealing with karmics, dealing with themselves. Realizing that they need to go meditate. Anxiety, as well as what I'm hearing too. Stress. I feel like for a lot of masculines, like they're at the teeter of a mental breakdown dealing with these karmics. Yeah. What's Lemuria? Creating heaven on earth that's happening. The Star card reverse, unethical behavior, sociopathic behavior, lack of hope. Right here on top of the Lemuria card, like I said, realizing how these type of energies is what destroyed kingdoms in the past, what destroyed empires in the past, what brought entire kings and queens down to their knees to slaughter. With the Star card here in reverse, Saturn is going to Aquarius. Remember, Aquarius rules the Star card. There's going to be a lot of karma coming down. Like I say, you don't have to have any Aquarius in your chart to be impacted. As long as you are vibrating in that archetype, you will get hit. So imagine your masculine either being a Aquarius sun or moon or rising, or having it very heavy, or having a lot of planets heavy in a house that's ruled by Aquarius, right? Right? In their natal or just standard. Think about that. Saturn is going into Aquarius on March 21st. That's in a couple weeks. And the energy's already hitting. Then we're going into Age of Aquarius. What's the King of Swords here with the 30? Messenger and Lilies. What's the Lilies, please, from the Lenormand? What's Lilies? With the Queen of Wands in the reverse, yeah. Like I said about this karmic, not a good mother, right? Anger, rage issues, low vibrational, energy vampire. Could be an Aries karmic that you're dealing with, or Aquarius divine masculine, or a Libra divine masculine. Clarify the Queen of Wands. Just as the energy came out, messy, rude, jealous. Why would you associate yourself with someone like that? Recognizing the reflection, though. Knight of Cups in the reverse, no longer wanting to be engaged. No longer wanting or accepting romantic offerings, flirts, flirtation, sex addiction, low vibrational shit. Knight of Cups is 15, 16-year-olds when we used to play on the party line. When we used to be calling the boy that we liked his house, love letters and things like that. Before we had cell phones, we had love letters. We had Sanrio love letters on the Hello Kitty paper with the pens, the whole shit, the whole shebang, right? They're still in that fucking vibration, hella grown though, every day, playing house. Now it's coming out. Brought children into this mess, but couldn't build a family. They don't have the I feel like this masculine realizes that they're not going to get the vibration of family that they want with this karmic. It was never supposed to even go that far. What's attachment? But then again, you know, karmic's entrapment, so they're going to have to deal with that karma for their children because their child was not born out of a healthy or a vibration. There's entities attached to that child's bloodline and DNA from how they created the child, the intention. Attachment with the Five of Wands, fights, conflicts, arguments. No longer wanting to be engaged. Like I said, viciousness going on. Queen of Wands, Five of Wands, yeah, definitely, I can feel it. Clarify labordite magic. Has your life gone dull and mundane and repetitive? Yeah. Three of Pentacles, wanting to build elsewhere. Wanting to be removed from a situation To add sparkle to my life, I sprinkle my day with the mystical, magical, and light-filled. What's labradorite magic? King of Swords in reverse. Yeah. Not finding fulfillment, not happy, bitter, resentful, angry, cold, is shut off from this connection that they're in. Three of Pentacles, very dull and mundane. Having to just be with someone because of earthly matters. House, car, kids. Not interested in much more than that, though. Ain't no King of Cups, it's King of Swords. That's karmic. That's karmic masculine. King of Swords with the Queen of Wands. Imagine wands and swords going at it with each other. Fire and air. That's just hella much. That's hella much. Then the Five of Wands is out here with the Star card. Child, these masculines and these karmics, this shit is a reality TV show. Shit, it sure is on YouTube. Clarify retreat for the masculines and the karmics. Clarify retreat for the masculines and the karmics. With the Hermit card, yeah. Ghost. Out of here. Gone. Zoom. Could be dealing with the Virgo divine masculine or Aries or Gemini, Libra, Aquarius divine masculine. Also, too, I feel like these masculines, too, have been practicing dipping and dabbling with stuff sexually behind the karmic's back. Now she is coming out. STDs, poor health with the Star card here in reverse. Anxiety about test results. Or the karmic was dipping and dabbling, too. Clarify time for a nap. Clarify time for a nap. With the Moon card. Yeah, because secrets are being exposed and coming out. Time for a nap. No longer wanting to engage in this situation. Look at the Moon card is also on this card too. And then the Moon card clarified it. 2 and 4 breaking down to a 6. Moon card is 18. But you see the 6 is a derivative of 18. 6 times 3 is 18, right? So there, and then 1 and 8 is 9, right? So the 3, 6, 9 story here. The cycle of completion. The spiral, Fibonacci sequence of getting off this karmic cycle and this wheel of never ending. Because then you have round and round. With the, you see the Fibonacci sequence right there. I didn't even know before I even said that. And it's right there. This is a really pretty card. I feel like it's the same color as my nails. The spiral out all the time. 2 and 5 breaking down to a 7. Chariot energy wanting to move forward and away. Change. What's the 2 and 5? What's the round and round? Ace of Swords. Yeah. Clarity about the situation, about the repetitiveness about the situation, right? About the nonsense and the chaos and the drama and the failed starts and the repetitive starts and beginnings. That nine of Wands energy, repetitive starts and ends, right? With that Ace of Wands time and time over again. Like, let's light a new match, right? Getting to the 10 of Wands now, burdens. Magician here, and then the 10 of Wands right behind the Magician because of magic. Someone was putting in work to keep the person with them together out of mental instability and delusion with the 2 of Swords here and the Queen of Cups. Delusional thinking and going back and forth and not being able to come to a consensus. Then you have the Lover's card here, Gemini energy, not wanting to engage, unrequited love. Wow. Majors out here, the Star, the Hermit, 2 of Wands, indecisive because of spells, right? But letting go with the 4 of Pentacles here in the reverse. To go find their true 10 of Pentacles. Because this is bad luck, bad cycles, Wheel of Fortune in reverse. This masculine, this karmic. It's the same thing. All the time. Like, why do you even stay in this shit? It's like shit, like, let that go and then go beyond shit. Motherfuckers be in something for like 20, 30 years just unhappy. Looking for that spark that they had at the beginning. That maybe we can make it sometimes and it just comes and goes. Ace of Wands, reverse. It's like a fucked up engine that keeps on backfiring. Alright, y'all. So that is the challenge that I had for everyone. I hope you enjoyed. Once again, my name is Daisy, aka Professional High Priestess. If you need a personal reading, all the information is in the description box below. Thank you so much. Goodbye.